Steak sauce can make or break a dinner. Pour it over a juicy cut straight from the grill and expect flavor that complements beef's natural richness rather than overpowering it. Some sauces rely on sugar and vinegar alone, creating imbalance. Others add complexity through umami, citrus, and spice. The right sauce enhances char, elevates seasoning, and ties every bite together. Classic brands have stood the test of time, while newer contenders push bolder profiles or cleaner ingredients. Today, we're ranking 8 steak sauces from worst to best based on taste balance, texture, ingredient quality, and pairing performance from casual cuts to premium steaks. Get ready to rethink which bottle earns a place at the table. 8. Primal Kitchen Organic Steak Sauce. Primal Kitchen Organic Steak Sauce ranks last due to a flavor profile that prioritizes ingredient ideology over performance on beef. Designed for paleo and Whole30 audiences, the sauce avoids refined sugar and artificial additives. Though the eating experience suffers as a result, texture feels thin and watery, spreading across the plate rather than clinging to meat. When applied to hot steak, the sauce warms quickly and loses body, creating runoff that dilutes surface seasoning instead of enhancing it. This lack of viscosity limits control and concentration. Flavor centers on apple cider vinegar and tomato paste, delivering sharp acidity without sufficient counterbalance. Sweetness remains minimal, leaving the sauce tasting aggressive and one-note. Umami presence stays faint, reducing synergy with grilled or pan-seared beef. Pepper and spice notes appear muted, contributing little complexity. Ingredient composition explains the outcome. Coconut aminos replace traditional Worcestershire elements, removing depth commonly associated with fermented anchovy or molasses components. The cleaner label aligns with dietary goals, though it compromises richness and balance. Consumer feedback reflects polarized. Reception. Health-focused buyers praise ingredient transparency, while many steak eaters describe the sauce as sour, thin, and mismatched with beef. Common complaints cite poor coating ability and overpowering acidity. Primal Kitchen succeeds in meeting dietary constraints rather than culinary expectations. On steak, the sauce disrupts natural flavors rather than supporting them. For beef-forward meals, restraint and balance matter more than ingredient minimalism. That sharp, health-first profile gives way to a sauce rooted in old-school vinegar tradition with similar balance challenges. 7. Steve & Ed's Original Steak Sauce. Steve & Ed's Original Steak Sauce follows a classic vinegar-forward blueprint, aiming to replicate traditional steak sauce profiles. While familiar, execution struggles to rise above basic sharpness. Texture presents moderate thickness, though consistency feels uneven. The sauce coats steak initially, though separation appears after sitting on warm surfaces. Viscosity supports dipping more than glazing, limiting integration with the meat. Flavor leans heavily toward vinegar and sugar, creating a sweet-sour contrast that dominates quickly. Tamarind notes appear faint, while spice elements remain restrained. Beef flavor often recedes behind acidity, especially on lean cuts. On richer steaks, the sauce clashes rather than complements. Ingredient composition reveals reliance on sugar and vinegar as structural pillars. Limited use of fermented or savory components reduces umami contribution. Salt presence remains moderate, though sweetness amplifies perceived intensity. Consumer sentiment mirrors this mixed performance. Reviews frequently describe the sauce as nostalgic yet overpowering. Many users recommend pairing it with burgers or meatloaf rather than steak, where balance feels easier to achieve. Steve & Ed's benefits from familiarity and accessibility. The sauce satisfies expectations shaped by decades of similar products. Though refinement remains limited, it performs adequately in casual applications but struggles to elevate grilled beef. That traditional sharpness leads into a store-brand option focused on value rather than flavor precision. 6. Bowl and Basket Steak Sauce. Bowl and Basket steak sauce targets affordability and broad appeal. As a private label product, it mirrors mainstream steak sauce profiles while trimming cost. Texture remains serviceable. The sauce pours smoothly with moderate thickness, clinging to steak better than thinner competitors. Heat causes male thinning, though structure remains intact across a meal. Flavor stays predictable. Sweetness and vinegar lead, supported by tomato base and light spice. The profile avoids extremes, though it lacks depth. Umami presence remains limited, reducing synergy with grilled beef. The sauce functions more as a condiment than an enhancer. Ingredient composition reflects efficiency. Sugar and vinegar form the backbone, supported by tomato. Paste and basic spices. Fermented elements remain minimal, limiting savory complexity. Salt levels stay controlled, avoiding harshness. Consumer feedback aligns with expectations. Reviews frequently describe the sauce as acceptable for the price, with few strong opinions either way. Many buyers view it as a replacement rather than a preference. Bowl and Basket succeeds in delivering consistency at low cost. The sauce performs adequately for everyday meals, though it rarely elevates steak beyond surface flavor. Value anchors its appeal more than taste. That neutral performance gives way to a brand whose name remains synonymous with steak sauce culture. 5. A1. Original sauce. A1. Original sauce occupies a central position due to cultural recognition and balanced execution. Long associated with steakhouse tables, the sauce delivers familiarity rather than innovation. Texture strikes a middle ground. The sauce pours thickly and clings well to meat, maintaining structure under heat. Consistency supports both dipping and glazing, offering flexibility across cuts. Flavor balances sweetness, vinegar, and spice more effectively than lower-ranked options. Tamarind contributes mild tang, while raisin paste adds depth. Pepper and garlic notes remain subtle, allowing the sauce to enhance without overwhelming. On grilled steaks, the sauce complements char while softening bitterness. Ingredient composition explains its staying power. A blend of fruit, vinegar, spices, and salt creates a layered profile. While sugar remains present, it integrates smoothly rather than dominating. Consumer sentiment reflects loyalty. Reviews consistently describe A1 as reliable and familiar. Some purists avoid sauce on steak altogether, though among sauce users, A1 remains a default choice. A1 succeeds by delivering balance and consistency rather than spectacle. The sauce supports beef without masking it, earning its place in the middle of the ranking. From here, the list moves toward sauces that offer greater complexity, restraint, and alignment with high-quality steaks. 4. Heinz. 57. Original sauce. Heinz 57 Original Sauce holds a unique place in steak sauce history, functioning more as a multi-purpose condiment than a dedicated beef enhancer. Its longevity reflects broad appeal rather than steak-specific precision. Texture feels smooth and moderately thick, spreading easily across meat. Viscosity supports dipping and glazing, though heat causes slight thinning that reduces cling on hot steaks. The sauce performs better as a side accompaniment than as a finishing glaze. Flavor defines its identity. Sweetness leads, driven by tomato concentrate and sugar, followed by mild vinegar acidity. Spice remains subtle, with no dominant pepper or umami component. On steak, the sweetness softens char and salt while reducing savory intensity. This profile pairs more comfortably with burgers, pork, or chicken than with deeply seared beef. Ingredient composition explains the effect. Tomato base and sweeteners form the backbone, supported by vinegar and light spice blends. Fermented or anchovy-driven umami remains absent, limiting synergy with beef fat and Maillard flavors. Salt levels stay moderate, preventing harshness while reinforcing sweetness. Consumer feedback reflects this versatility. Reviews often describe Heinz 57 as familiar and approachable, though many note it performs better off steak than on it. Fans value consistency and nostalgia, while critics cite excessive sweetness on premium cuts. Heinz 57 succeeds by avoiding extremes. The sauce offers balance and accessibility, though it lacks the savory depth required to elevate steak on its own terms. Its role remains supportive rather than transformative. From here, the ranking moves towards sauces built specifically to interact with beef rather than accommodate everything else. 3. Peter Luger. Steakhouse Peter Luger steak sauce. Peter Luger steak sauce reflects its steakhouse origins. Through restraint and structure, designed to complement dry-aged beef, the sauce emphasizes balance rather than intensity. Texture feels thin yet controlled, allowing precise application. The sauce spreads lightly across steak surfaces, avoiding heavy coating. On warm meat, it integrates cleanly without runoff, maintaining presence without pooling. Flavor leans savory and acidic with minimal sweetness. Vinegar provides brightness, while tomato contributes body without sugar dominance. Onion and spice notes appear subtle, supporting beef flavor rather than redirecting it. The profile enhances char and fat rather than masking them. Ingredient composition supports this approach. The sauce relies on simple components with restrained sugar use. Absence of heavy sweeteners allows acidity and spice to sharpen beef flavors. Salt remains moderate, reinforcing umami without pushing salinity. Consumer sentiment reflects respect for intent. Reviews frequently describe the sauce as refined and steak-focused. Some users accustomed to sweeter sauces find it sharp, though steak purists value its discipline and compatibility with high-quality cuts. Peter Luger succeeds by knowing its role. The sauce behaves as an accent rather than a centerpiece, elevating beef through contrast and clarity. It rewards restraint and proper application. That disciplined approach sets the stage for a sauce that balances clean ingredients with broader accessibility. 2. Whole Foods Market 365 Organic Steak Sauce. 365 Organic Steak Sauce earns its position through balanced flavor and improved ingredient quality. Designed for everyday use, it bridges classic steak sauce profiles with cleaner formulation. Texture delivers moderate thickness with good cling. The sauce coats steak evenly and maintains structure under heat, allowing consistent flavor delivery across bites. Viscosity supports both dipping and light glazing. Flavor balances sweetness, acidity, and savory notes effectively. Tomato and vinegar form the base, supported by restrained sugar that avoids dominance. Spice presence remains gentle, while umami registers stronger than many mainstream options. The sauce complements grilled beef without overwhelming char or seasoning. Ingredient composition reflects intention. Organic sourcing and simplified ingredient lists reduce reliance on artificial flavor systems. Sugar content remains lower relative to flavor impact, improving balance. Salt reinforces depth without sharpness. Consumer feedback trends positive. Reviews frequently highlight clean taste, versatility, and compatibility with various steak cuts. Many users describe it as a reliable household option that performs consistently without extremes. 365 succeeds by delivering approachability with restraint. The sauce respects beef while remaining accessible to a wide audience. It lacks the steakhouse specificity of more focused sauces, though it offers dependable performance across meals. That balance and reliability lead into a sauce that delivers classic steak sauce impact with surprising precision. 1. Market Pantry Heinz as premium steak sauce. Market Pantry. Premium steak sauce claims the top spot by executing the classic steak sauce formula with uncommon balance and control. Positioned as a private label product, it outperforms expectations through disciplined flavor design. Texture provides ideal viscosity. The sauce clings to steak without pooling, maintaining presence under heat. Consistency supports dipping, brushing, or light drizzling, offering flexibility across cuts and cooking styles. Flavor delivers layered balance. Sweetness, acidity, and umami arrive in sequence rather than simultaneously. Tamarind and tomato contribute depth, while vinegar sharpens edges without dominating. Spice remains supportive, enhancing beef flavor rather than competing with it. Ingredient composition supports its harmony. Sugar integrates smoothly rather than leading. Salt reinforces savoriness without harshness. The formulation avoids excessive additives, allowing natural flavors to carry weight. Consumer response reflects surprise and approval. Reviews frequently cite strong value, balanced taste, and steak compatibility. Many users compare it favorably to higher-priced national brands, noting superior balance. Market Pantry succeeds by focusing on execution rather than branding. The sauce enhances steak through structure, restraint, and flavor clarity. At the top of the ranking, it proves that precision matters more than pedigree. Steak sauce plays a supporting role, though the wrong bottle can take over the plate. Balance matters more than intensity. Sweetness, acidity, and umami should sharpen beef flavor rather than cover it. Some sauces lean on sugar or vinegar for impact. Others rely on restraint, letting char, fat, and seasoning stay in control. The best sauces work as accents. They highlight texture, deepen savoriness, and disappear between bites. Choosing the right one depends on the cut, cooking method, and how much flavor the steak already carries. If this ranking helps refine your next steak night, hit subscribe for more honest food breakdowns. Drop a comment with the sauce you reach for every time, or the one that changed how you think about steak altogether.